general. The second point, I think, is it an investable proposition? Yeah. Well, if you look at other regional airports, and bearing in mind there isn't a single proposition for a reopened airport. In fact, there hasn't been a single proposition anywhere where there's been a reopened airport within the time frame that we're talking about, where you have, if you look at the development costs, so building a new airport is not a viable proposition on a regional basis. Acquiring one, which I think is probably another indicator of whether or not it's a feasible proposition. If you look at, for instance, I think it's the Ontario Pension Fund, I might be corrected on that, but they've just acquired 2 Scottish airports, for instance. They're much, much smaller. In fact, sometimes their flights are subsidised as a result of that by the Scottish government. So there is an interest in airport investment. The challenge, of course, is, you know, as I've indicated previously in this chamber, the public sector often ends up being the investor of first resort because it ends up de-risking at the front end. And then, as we've pointed out in that financial profile, when you get to positive EBITDA, there'll be a queue of people wanting to come and make propositions when actually they haven't taken the hard miles that we've taken. Yeah. So it's a really, I think there's never been a better time to do this. And coming back to, you know, would we be advising you otherwise? If the information that was in Simca's extensive assurance indicated this was not feasible or financially viable, we would not be making this proposition to full council or indeed to cabinet and scrutiny.
Thank you for that. Anything further, Councillor Holworth? No?
No.